This is going to be somewhat of a response to a few people on Quora. A lot of my subscribers don't know this, but I was very active on a different app. Although my activity slowed down in May and June because I became disinterested in it. And then eventually I got banned. Then I got unbanned. And then I got banned again. While I was on there, I told the truth about a lot of people. And over 1,000 people who were mostly Indians got butthurt. Their jimmies were rustled and hurt. They got super, super salty. One of the few arguments, this is not that common of an argument for the topics that I was talking about, but it is a common argument for other topics that I was not talking about. But since this is an argument in itself, I will address this argument that you cannot judge, okay, quote, you cannot judge Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Karna, Bhishma, and Lakshman based on their times, based on our time, because they lived during different times where standards were different, end quote. Now I would like to say if this is, I don't consider it a valid argument at all. I think it's invalid completely. It's stupid. But if this is the case, then why do most Indians and Hindus disrespect and insult the Mughals and the Muslims who were led by the Prophet Muhammad for ravaging the Middle East and South Asia and some of Southern Europe, I think, and the crust of the North African continent? Why do they insult the Muslims so much? They lived in a different time where the set of laws was different. The standards were different. They lived by their own rules. So according to them, killing, murdering, raping, all of these things were right to do. So how can Hindus insult them? How can Sikhs insult them? How can Indians insult them? How can Christians insult them? It was okay during Gandhi's time to insult women even if they didn't do anything wrong. It was okay in Gandhi's time to tell women to tell basically all Hindu men to kill themselves or let the Muslims kill them. Because he lived in a time, or he just believed that what he was saying was right. So this means that everything he said can never be bad. All I'm saying is that it is extremely wrong to, by this logic, it should be wrong to insult Ravan for abducting Sita or raping Sita or whatever Ravan did to, he kidnapped the wives of the men that he defeated, the kings that he defeated and killed. He took away their wives after the war was over. But as per all of you, just because wives were considered property back then, it seems to be right, and there was nothing wrong in his actions, and he could be considered to be a good person because he just followed the law or he just followed a tradition. But unfortunately, it's not seen the same way by Hindus. Hindus insult Ravan for doing this. Hindus insult Ravan for taking away Sita, but suddenly it's okay for Sugriv to take away Vali's wife. Suddenly it's okay for Karna to take away another person's wife, to take away the Kalinga princess. It's okay for Bhishma to take away other people's wives. It's okay for Gandhi to tell Hindus to kill themselves, but if Ravan tells Ram to kill himself, or if he wants to kill Hanuman who killed his son, then suddenly that's the wrong thing to do. The main conclusion of this video is that Indians are very biased. They have a lot of double standards. They don't judge everyone by the same standard at all. They don't. For them, if one guy commits a crime, then it's okay and justified. But if the other guy commits the crime, if guy number one commits a crime, then it's okay. But if guy number two, who was just defending himself, commits a crime, then it's a very bad thing. If guy number three commits a crime and he believes in, and he respects Ram and Hanuman, then it's an okay. But if guy number four commits a crime but he doesn't respect Ram or Hanuman, then it's a bad thing. It's simply biased nature. I see so many dumb fucking retards defending Gandhi and Teresa. Like as if Indians are still slaves by their minds because they are defending the same people that cheated them and insulted them and told them to kill themselves and wanted them to die. And then if a person who isn't really an Indian but was born from Indians tries to talk some sense into them, then that person would just get insulted and people would type sarcastic comments and they would pretend to ignore him even though they're really thinking about him in his head. It seems pretty stupid.